This is Rachel from Holistic Adventure. So I'm bringing to you the weekly energy message featuring my cat, who's decided to wake up and come over for the reading as well. So I have considerably less cards this time. I think there's just a couple decks that I wasn't compelled to pick, and I have different crystals tonight. So I have my citron, my shaman crystal, and my smoky quartz. So a little bit different. The last few weekly messages I've had my amethyst, rose quartz, the shaman crystal, the lot of light has been one that's been persistent, but definitely celestite as well has come, but yeah, wasn't compelled to grab that one tonight, so not sure why. We've got the soul cards, the liquid crystal cards. We've got the Psychic Tarot by John Holland deck, Archangel Michael by Doreen Virtue. Archangel Michael's been coming forth a lot more for me lately. He used to come through at the start of my journey, which is quite funny because it probably would have been about 9 years ago, and now I'm in another 1 year, so I wonder if that's why he's coming through again, because I've really had new beginnings this year. It's been a real new beginning year. Yeah, I wonder, whether anyone else has had Archangel Michael come through as well a lot lately. And I apologise if I don't sound 100%. I've been sick for a few weeks now. I've been releasing a lot of energy. Been doing lots of workshop things and lots of spiritual work. So obviously with that comes release. And I haven't really felt probably 100% for 4 weeks now. We're also moving house. So yeah, if I don't sound 100%, it's because I'm just, going through lots of release, which I think a lot of people are as well. And then the Rider-Waite cards. And I also have these ones, which are really cool. I'm going to pick, some from there too. These are ones that my husband and I painted, and he made them up. So they're really cute. And they've just got our business details on them. They're just really cute little cards that we had done. So that's going to be the cards for tonight. So I'm going to start by, I just set up a bit of a grid with the cards and the crystals and just see where they flow, and then I'll give them a bit of a reading. So the liquid crystals are also newies. I bought these cards at the Mind Body Spirit Festival. I don't often go to the Mind Body Spirit Festival, as I know a lot of people experience this as well. It can be quite intense with its energy, but I always go and buy a crystal, and I went and actually bought these. I was quite compelled to get these, which are they're quite beautiful cards. We've been putting a glass of water on them and allowing the symbol and the picture to resonate through the water, and activating the water with that specific card. So that's been really cool. We've been doing that every day, and intuitively picking the card. All right, so I'm going to pick these ones first. So I'm just going to focus on the global energy at the moment, and whatever the subscribers need to hear as a part of their journeys. The healing heart, letting go. Interesting. All green. And the unlimited self. All green cards. It's very interesting. Alright, so let's pop those aside. And I'm just going to have a look and see out of these ones what I want to pick. Yep. Alright. I'm going to go with the green theme. I'm feeling. Okay. That's really weird. It kind of, I wasn't even paying attention where I was putting them, and they really match up quite well. It's weird when it still feels weird when that happens. Alright, so with these ones, I'm going to put the Shaman Crystal. Alright, so what have we got next? What would you like next? Let's go Psychic Tarot cards. Alright. I haven't actually shuffled these. I'm not going to shuffle them. Alright, not going to shuffle them. So we've got Partnerships and Alliances, Spiritual Strength, and Shadow. Alright. Okay, and I'm going to put Smoky Quartz with that. Alright, so we're going to go with the Soul cards next. And I have them in separate. Usually I have them kind of together. My husband separated them. Obviously made him feel a bit better. I love that. I really do. It's funny because I just kind of have everything everywhere. Bless. Alright. Okay. Soul cards, and I'm just going to pop them here. And then we're going to choose Archangel Michael. So I'm only going to choose one. I often only choose one Archangel Michael. It's like a little bit of a guidance card. Shield yourself. Okay, shield yourself. Interesting. And then Rider Waite. How many are we going to choose for Rider Waite? Okay, Temperance. I'm seeing a theme already. It's an interesting theme. Alright. Seeing a theme come through. Very interesting. I think this is going to come together really well. Alright, so okay, so having a look at the cards, there is a definite theme. So the first liquid crystal card is the Healing Heart, then Letting Go, and then the Universal Self, Unlimited Self. I am Joy, which goes with the heart. I am Grateful, goes with letting go, being grateful for things to let go. I'm Eternal, the Unlimited Self. And then you've got Partnerships and Alliances, Shadow, Spiritual Strength. So Shadow is like, I will have a look, at the book and give the reading that came with the cards. But, that's saying that there's a shadow self to heal. So letting go. And then Spiritual Strength. And then the soul cards are showing a definite, person who's in a bit of turmoil and struggling and, feeling in a rut. Then you've got letting go, walking away from the problems, the butterfly metamorphosis. And then you've got the beautiful rising up. I would say, it's like a phoenix. So it's very interesting. And then the tower, which is kind of that, it appears when, structures in the life are being broken up. And then the Eight of Swords, which is like being trapped in your own thoughts, perspectives, and breaking out of that. And then Temperance is finding the balance. So very apt cards for this week's energy, what's coming forth. So we're coming into the week of the new moon. We're coming into summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, and winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. And we're moving into Cancer as well. So Cancer is going to be all about connecting and emotional sensitivity. So it, is a good time to start conversations around things that are important to you. Emotional sensitivity can really come up, and which leads to a strong intuition and psychic and spiritual heightened expansive consciousness. So yeah, connecting with genuine friends, connecting with genuine people. This new moon phase is also a good time to share ideas and discuss plans for the future. It's a good time to actually for business, which is interesting because the smoky quartz is a huge abundance for business, and so is the citron. But yeah, so the first 2 weeks of the new moon phase are really good for starting journey, booking, business deals, partnerships, things like that. So this is actually a really good new moon for buying and selling, communication and transport. So that's really interesting that that's come up. All right, so I'm going to get into the readings now, and we'll just have a look at what the cards mean. So, and I'll just put the phone over so that I'm just recording on my phone, so you can just see the beautiful cards. Interesting that all green came through, emotional as well. So the healing heart is Dioptes. I am all loving, my heart is pure, is the affirmation. This is around healing heart relationship, the open heart, heart chakra attachment, healing path, oversensitivity, the green ray, migraines, headaches, past lifetimes. So it's powerful at the heart chakra, the earth star chakra, and to be held between the hands. Give this card to loved ones to protect them. So this crystal is known as the earth emerald, was used to unlock the heart, reveal and train one of their true healing gifts. Green calcite is letting go. So this is obviously another green card, and just have a look at the picture and just see how it resonates with you. So this card, the affirmation is I am free in the now, and it's about the healing journey. This card is about letting go, detachment, freedom, control, new territory that isn't to be approached with fear, mental healing, the green ray, presence of anger, healing of the bones. So this is around healing of attachments and ties with others and understanding them. Information is usually delivered in the dream state, so pay attention to dreams. So the unlimited self, I can't read because I've got my glasses on. Adventurine. So the affirmation for this card is I am the unlimited potential of creation. And the keywords are unlimited self, emotional body, childhood fears, the adventure of life, shyness, heart chakra, healing space, nurturing children, healing of children. So this one is around discovering life purpose and accessing childhood memories from the first 7 years of life can be useful in finding the cause of life-changing disease processes. So as if you know my work, and if you've looked at a lot of what I do with my experience in social work is around trauma And once we're accessing those childhood memories and able to heal, or even past life and other timeline memories, then we're able to heal our present state and our current state. And that has happened time and time again. So, you know, this isn't just an airy-fairy concept. This is actually what's happening. We're clearing our ancestral, we're clearing our intergenerational trauma from our DNA. And this card is definitely a huge part in that. Yeah, so I'm eternal. I'm grateful. So, you know, it's just about being grateful, setting gratitude. We're probably doing that a lot anyway. And I'm joy. And, you know, joy is about that inner child. And I've been taking so much time out this last week, especially. And I'm feeling like it's going to happen the next week as well. And I'm crafting my sessions very carefully. Usually I just kind of take on, you know, any sessions with any clients. But this time I've been really crafting them to fit in with, you know, what I'm doing, and not just to fit in with them, and having my time, because obviously I'm not 100%, and it's about rest and recovery and looking after ourselves. So very interesting that would come through. So the soul cards, as I said, this one is very relevant to, you know, being in a hole, feeling like it's all too much. I mean, you take what you want from the card, but, you know, I see, and what I feel is, you know, just feeling in, it's not a dark card, but it's just feeling probably disconnected. And then you've got this beautiful card, try and get it without the shadow, of the butterfly, and she's walking away. And she's, you know, she's got some tree leaves on her dress as well, and I think that's a huge connection to earth, and the colours are very earthly as well. Maybe this one's, you know, disconnection from that earthly connection as well, which I know a lot of people are really connecting with earth at the moment, and really finding that reconnection. I think that's why my shaman crystal comes in so much, is because we are truly connecting back to that shaman space and our connection to earth and nature and plants, and yeah, it's super special, and animals. And then you've got your metamorphosis, rising like a phoenix, and that is really, really happening at the moment. It is just a huge thing that's happening. And then Archangel Michael. So shield yourself, so protection. So this card is about indicating that you're especially sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Archangel Michael is shielding you from harsh energy, and it's also important for you to take action steps to help with this endeavour. Avoid situations where anger or competition are expressed. Stay away from places where chemicals are abused, which can attract lower energies. Follow your natural inclinations, such as keeping to yourself or spending time with soft-spoken, gentle people. So once again, that authentic connection. So the prayer for this is, Archangel Michael, I ask you to protect me, my loved ones, my vehicle, my home, with your powerful shield. Surround us with your purple light, which allows only pure love to penetrate. Please stay with me day and night and keep my loved ones safe. And you can name their names and situation. So very powerful card, and it comes into synchronicity with a couple of the other cards as well, and I love this. It just happens every week because I'm purely asking from source what the message is, and then it comes through, and I just think it's so special because it's a true representation of the energy at the moment. Alright, so I'm just trying to find spiritual strength. Here it is. So spiritual strength, this card is coming forth to give you encouragement and remind you that you have the inner strength to complete what you've been working on. So this spirit card represents courage, discipline, stability, and persistence. You may be weary from the struggle, but it is time to have that final push to achieve the desired outcome. You've been through so much to get to this point, but you're wiser and stronger for it, and the enlightenment you've gained will be an invaluable resource. So you may have been experimenting with different things in your life, and all these experiences feed your spirit and offer you knowledge for the future. So the key in that is that no matter what you do in life, and I'm a huge believer in this because I've been through this, studying 6 years in social work, and I often wondered why I did it. And I have had to ask a few times, what is the relevance of this? But it does hugely come into my energy work as well. And it's about the wisdom and knowledge that I gained from that, and also the experiences that I had to go through to then push myself into this space now. So without that, I wouldn't have probably pushed myself into the business, and I might have just stayed in, what was I doing originally? Event management before I went into the degree. So it really expanded my consciousness space and my thinking and wisdom and knowledge. And I have so much that I learned over the last 6 years. And, I'll always study. So that's what it's about. It's about always gaining that knowledge because everything is worthy. So the shadow, I'll just have a look. What is it? 18? So, this card represents emotion sensitivity and a reminder that nothing is not in standstill. It is a constant flux. And one thing is certain, that everything changes. This card is calling you to action. The time is now to face your worst fears and look into the dark shadows of your soul. Avoid things that you've avoided, walk courageously through them. Always know that your life naturally revitalizes itself as it does, and so do you. This card promises that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Recognize that by no longer denying your past, letting the tears fall, you'll discover the diamonds in the treasure chest of your soul. This is the cleansing process to wash away and clear out what was once avoided. This card indicates that this is a time when your psychic sensitivity may be intense, so start to learn to open it up. Do some research online. I didn't actually know, but there's actually psychic development courses. I was looking at creating one as well, from everything that I've learned over the last 10 years, and it may still happen. I have a few other things I'm doing first, like moving interstate. But there are courses you can do. There's so much research. There's YouTubes you can watch. I'm always learning. Last night I was YouTubing something about the gatekeepers because I've been having so much coming up about being a gatekeeper and these keys to consciousness that I need to look for and getting all these clues. And I watched this video about a really similar experience for someone else, and so, finding those connective souls. And I learned what a soul keeper was. I didn't realize this. And all these names keep coming up for all these things that I just knew as a thing, but I didn't know what they were called. So the soul keeper is someone who collects lost souls, and then you send them off. And I don't think I realized that that's what I was. And we can actually collect quite a few souls with us and not realize. So it is about learning how to send them off and learning to do that so that they don't just hang around. So there's all these, different things that even I didn't know. And I've been, doing so much research and knowing a lot of this stuff. I think it's just because it's been such a natural progression for me. I haven't done courses or workshops. The only workshop I've ever done is the Pelawa Energy Workshop and other personal development, but not like a psychic medium one. That's all been a natural progression of gift and talent. And I think the most important thing out of this, two things. One is shadow self is definitely coming up at the moment. I only saw a post today around the divine feminine energy coming through once again for us to shift our shadow self. So if you spend some time just meditating and imagine like a black color all over your body and just see if there's any shadows on your body and flood it with light, or flood it with the shadow color as well. Do whatever feels right for you. It's about what's right for you. And then, if anything comes from that, something might come from that. I did a lot of work on my sacral chakra recently, on a lot of trauma there, and have opened it up through shadow work, self-work. What was the other thing I was going to say? Can't remember now. I don't know. But it is important to remember that the divine feminine is coming through, and we are experiencing this real intensity of energy, and it is really hard. But that's what I was going to say. We are all psychic and we are all spiritual, and we do have the ability. I truly believe that we all have clairvoyancy ability, and we are able to tap into that expansive consciousness once we actually expand and, allow that expansion. And I don't know about you, but as a child, sorry, as a child, I experienced expansive feeling when I was little, especially at my grandparents' house, which is very interesting. And I feel like I was expanding, and it would really freak me out, and I kind of wake up. So I still get that now. So if you're experiencing that, that is like an energy upgrade on your body. You might feel tingles, things like that. That's an energy upgrade on your body. I get them a lot at night. So just be really wary of that and work through it, breathe through it. It is important that we don't get fearful or freak out about this stuff, because it's just going to flow through. We don't have a choice anymore. It's just happening no matter what. And really quick as well. So partnerships and alliances. And I'm always here for questions, always. Because I've been doing this for such a long time now, nothing is out of my depth, and I'm happy to talk about anything. And there's things that even I don't know about. I learned the other day about this dragon connection someone has, and they draw codes and things like that, and I just think it's so cool. I love hearing about the different collectives that are contacting people. So partnerships and alliances, this is about you're starting to see the fruits of your labour take seed and blossom. And that's a huge thing around this time of the year anyway. But this is, we've just had a transformational full moon. So we're now going into a really connective, emotional, sensitive moon. So there may be synchronicities that bring opportunities to form connections or unexpected alliances that may create something new. This may assist you in future projects. I just lost my page. And with all partnerships, remember there is always an even exchange of energy. If you give too much or they give too little, it can leave you energetically drained, so protect yourself. This card also reminds you that success comes in many Success comes in many forms, even from the most unlikely sources, so have an open mind when listening to others. And I try and do that a lot. I've spent the last couple of weeks really reflecting on how I see other people, because the way that we see other people is the way that we reflect ourselves. So say that I'm feeling really a low self-esteem, then I'm going to start judging other people, and you do it without even thinking. And we think that's normal, and that's not normal. That's not normal thinking. Normal thinking is where you're in your own little bubble and you have no idea really what's going on. And, we don't need to be thinking about other people or worrying about what other people are doing. That's completely their existence. But that's something that, I've had to really work on and expand my consciousness to work to do the Pellower energy work. You have to work through this stuff. So I did a lot of that on the weekend, and today I literally sat there and just was in my own little bubble. And yeah, so we get really used to having these beliefs of how we think, and it is important that we allow others to have their experiences and know that that's okay. It's okay for them to be who they are, and it's about looking after ourselves and protecting ourselves, shielding ourselves. All right, so the Tower. So the Tower can seem like a, bit freaky looking at that. My husband always gets this card and he always says, I always get the Tower. But it's saying that, yes, you may feel shaken and insecure. But it's about how do you manage this space, and there are major changes happening in your outer and inner worlds, and it's saying, okay, you know, this is a normal reaction to have. It is normal to be fearful. It is normal to feel shaken up. But it's important that when your foundation is shook, that your current sense of security is held strongly, unless you know you need to let go. If you know that you need to let go of beliefs, perceptions, attitudes, behaviors, then let that go, because that will affect you spiritually, mentally, physically, and it's important to, you know, heal our inner being. So this is also saying that when something huge happens in your life, that it is normal to feel that way as well. So that stuff always comes up around that time. So this card comes when it's saying, what structures in your life are you breaking up? What areas of your life are you, you know, awakening to and feeling inspired by, and feeling freedom and reality and that release from the bondage and the truth and honesty are coming through. So this may seem like a destructive card, but it's quite a positive card. So then we go to the Eight of Swords. Now this card reflects that you're feeling trapped in your own thoughts, perspectives, and this woman is trapped into her thinking that she has no way out. It's, you know, related to if only she could remove her blindfold and change her thinking, you know, what options does she have? So this is saying that, yeah, there could be a difficult situation, look from a new angle, what's the best path forward, and this card is offering a sign to not make important decisions at this point because of the emotional sensitivity. And it's saying that, yes, she may seem powerless, but she's only surrendered to an unknown entity and rendered herself powerless. So this is about coming out of that victim space and going, I'm ready to just be me and take your power place. And there may be a painful decision or, you know, situation, but it's about, you know, taking that action for yourself and, yeah, not being the victim. This is a huge, don't allow that guilt to take you over. You know your stance, and you know where you fit. Use your inner strength to get through. So Temperance is about learning to bring it up around balance, patience, moderation. So this is saying that it's about maintaining a great sense of calm in your life. So this is very different from the last readings because we've been getting a lot of like political stuff. I was getting a lot of political stuff coming through.